Hey, what's up, Kansas City? Come see me, Jay Moors, at the Midland Theater, July 7th. Tickets go on sale May 18th. I'm coming back, KC, holding it down, Midland Theater. I really hope to see you guys out there. Had a great time last time I was there. Now we're doing a bigger theater, so I need more of you. Tickets go on sale May 18th to come see me, your buddy, Jay Mohr, at the Midland Theater, July 7th. Kansas City, baby. Hey, everybody. Hey, don't fast forward over this part. For real, I got to tell you something. Go to jmohr.com and click the Amazon.com banner and go to Amazon and buy stuff for yourself. That's really what I want for you out of life, is for you to buy things for you. It is helping the podcast a lot. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And tweet me the strange things that you've purchased with photos or it didn't happen.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to Mohr Stories. It's a mashup. It's a Mohr feast. Ryan Sickler in the house.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, baby. Don't forget to listen to the Crab Feast up on iTunes. I like when people email you and they're like, I don't fucking do iTunes. It's like, well, then figure, like, I don't, MP3, Stitcher, Android, there's lots of different ways.
Well, a lot of people, it's funny to me that a lot of people don't know just because you have a PC, like, you can still have iTunes. Everyone thinks you have to have a Mac for iTunes, but you don't. It's available on PCs. A lot of people just don't know that.
Hate iTunes.
Yeah, some people do hate iTunes.
And they're like, what other way can I listen to your podcast? And I'm like, if you have a Twitter account and you opened it with a password and you're asking me on the information superhighway how you could probably just type in Mohr Stories into like a Google search and figure it out, right?
Well, are you on Stitcher?
I think we're on everything.
You can do Yahoo also.
Who the hell asked you?
Wow.
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Yahoo Serious?
Yahoo Serious.
Who's
That's
that?
Dan Hoyt. Dan Hoyt is our guest. He's my uncle.
Uncle
And it's
Dan,
very-
welcome to the party,
Thank
Uncle
you very
Dan.
much.
You're
Thank
going to
you
have
very
to
much
hold
for
that
inviting
mic
me.
a little closer
A
to
little
your
closer? Is this too close?
to your Dennis Farina mustache.
Man. I have to tape it on there or something. My arm's going to get tired.
That's how I do it, Uncle Dan.
Do you?
There,
Oh,
post it up and just hold
Don't
yourself for
try
a little
that.
bit.
That looks good. I'm not a professional, so
Neither am I.
take whatever tips you can give me.
I told you guys we always want to hear what you're buying on Amazon, on jmohr.com. This person, let's see, at Mexican T20, I went to Amazon through jmohr.com so I can connect my Apple TV to my ghetto surround sound system. And then there's a link. And I like when people show me photos as proof. That's a big deal. I went to jmohr.com and bought a King's hat. I like that a lot. And this one, I bought all seasons of The Norm Show through jmohr.com. Click the Amazon link. The Norm Show, which my wife was on. You knew her then, I'm guessing.
I remember that.
Well, was that what it was called, the first one? The Norm Show?
The Norm Show. There's a picture of it, and there's my
Oh,
wife
yeah.
on the end. She
Sure
played a
is.
prostitute
Yeah.
because Norm
Oh,
Macdonald
yeah.
wanted to just say, dirty, dirty whore. Oh, my God. Where's that dirty whore? So thank you guys for being a part of it and getting stuff on Amazon.com through jmohr.com. Now, Uncle Dan, you're here for a very specific reason.
Oh, what's that?
We need someone to really bring the show down to a screeching halt. We've really been we always talk
That's
about
me.
We talk a lot about ham and eggers on this show, and we get emails. Ryan gets emails from Costa Rica for the Crab Feast. I've been getting emails from people saying, I drive a recycling truck in Devonshire, England. I'm a true ham and egger in England. And there's a lot of mailmen, a lot of UPS people.
Yeah, they've been hitting me up a lot now that I've been giving the shout-outs. A lot
Going
of guys,
brown?
Yeah,
UPS
brown
guys
trucks,
going brown?
listening to us in the brown trucks out there.
I just realized that.
Speaking to the mic, honey.
I just realized that on my jobs list here, I forgot that I had worked for UPS. I have to remember that. I worked for
That's
UPS.
two of us here.
You did too?
Yeah.
All right.
Baltimore Hub.
Oh, well,
What's up, the Baltimore Hub, Joe Avenue, Primary 1?
Shrewsbury Hub for me.
There you go.
Massachusetts.
Shrewsbury?
What did you
Shrewsbury.
do there?
I was the guy that stood up at the top of the line and
pick
turned the
off.
packages over so
Yeah.
that other guys could read them.
So they could load
It
them.
was a very important
That's
job.
a real job?
It was a real job. It was the hardest job there. I mean, there was like
How?
10,000 packages coming down a second, and
Yeah.
you had to turn them all
On the
over. And if you
slide.
didn't, the New Jersey truck package would get by, and everybody would be yelling and screaming at you. So believe me, that was a very
So
important
you're telling me
job.
the guy further down the line can't look at New Jersey upside down and not know where it's going?
They're not supposed to turn the packages. They're supposed to just grab them and throw them in the trucks. It was my job to turn the packages.
That's right. When there's 500 packages sliding at you
He
at
knows.
once, you don't have time to sit there and go, New Jersey,
That's right.
Connecticut. You don't have time.
You can
How
tell
lo-
he never worked at
No,
UPS. I'll tell you.
never.
No.
That, they got rid of Uncle Dan's job because
Yeah.
when I was there, you had to unload your package, label up or out. Like that was, they were like, get rid of this fucking guy and send the shit to the people the right. That was their motto.
How many
Do
jobs
it
have
right
you-
the first time.
That was their motto,
that
what?
was their motto. Do it right the first time. I love it. Do it
Eric?
right the first fucking time.
How many jobs have you had that are now replaced by a computer or a machine, Uncle Dan?
Oh, just about everyone.
Really?
No, well, no, not really. But that one.
Good joke.
I don't know. I have no
Way
idea.
to
Probably
stick with
most
it.
of them. Probably most of them.
You, I think it's important that you're on the podcast because I was watching George Carlin being interviewed a long time ago at one of the festivals by Jon Stewart, and George Carlin's whole thing was it's genetics. This whole game, it's just genetics. Hard work is genetics, and so when Uncle Dan, pops up in your life and you realize, wow, this is like a long line of people that just work their balls. Like my dad never took a day off. Your dad never took a day
No.
off. Well, he died, and
They
then
killed him.
he's
Yeah,
been off
he's been off
since.
since he was.
How
since
old was your
89.
dad when he died?
He was 42.
Hasn't worked a day since.
Hasn't worked a day.
Wow.
He's still
He really figured out the retirement plan.
permanent.
You just die, get yourself a comfy casket. Did they put a gold watch on him in the casket?
No gold watch. He was a Vietnam vet, Navy, so he got the folded up flag and all that stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's really.
You got to die to get it, though.
Yeah, you do have to
They
die
got
to
to give
get
it to you before you die, so
No.
you can enjoy it.
You
for a
can't
few
enjoy
years.
it at
How
all.
do you enjoy a folded flag? What do you do with it?
I got one in my closet. I love it.
In his closet.
do
He
you do with
loves it so much.
What do you do? How
It's
do
in
you?
his closet. It's not
killing the
displayed.
How do you enjoy a folded
I
flag?
take it out, unfold it, and then see if I can fold it back the same way.
Do you?
Well, it's so old. It's easy to do it that way, but I
Because the
love it.
creases are in it.
I love it.
A folded flag, and what else did they give him? Your dead father.
That's it. A
A
suit.
folded flag.
They give you a folded flag. It's already folded. And they did do a little, I think it was 7 guys that came and did 3
shoot 3
shots.
times,
yeah, 20 for 21 guns.
And if one
Absolutely.
guy doesn't show up, they do 3 with 6, and then they do a few more to make up the 21.
Is that how they do it?
They pick up.
I don't know
that.
when he's being serious
I
or not.
think he-
No, it's true. It's true. You got 7 guys that are supposed to show up, and one does. He's stuck in traffic.
now you got-
like,
Right, like I
Husky
was.
over here. And
Ryan Sickler
and what
was late for the
happens?
podcast 'cause
Say,
he's in traffic.
3
It's
shots.
fucking
That's 18.
Saturday.
I need 4 more. No, 3 more.
So what? How do they decide who shoots the extra
Rank.
Rank?
Yeah.
The highest rank gets the extra shots?
No, the highest rank doesn't have to shoot. They can leave, and the other 3 got to stay. and
They
shoot.
can leave.
I like that you.
Nobody
I'm
wants.
out here.
Nobody wants to hang around shooting guns at a funeral. They don't even know the guy, unless you just happen to be in the same, ship or platoon or something. But that happens so infrequently. It's not even worth talking about.
Very appropriate for Memorial Day weekend, by the way.
True.
Which this will air a month from now, so that was a good call.
Still, we're recording it on.
What was your
Memorial
first job ever?
My very first.
How old
job,
were you?
About 10 or 11. I worked.
Weren't there child labor laws?
Not here. I worked at Herb's Florist, which is right in back of our house. My cousin Gordon.
Where is this?
Millbury, Massachusetts.
Millbury.
Actually, East Millbury, Massachusetts.
Named after Mike Milbury, famous
Yeah.
NHL coach.
That's exactly right. And actually a good player for the Bruins too, Mike Milbury.
Mike Milbury.
He was our favorite player, but it's not spelled the same. We have 2 L's. He only has 1, I think. Anyway, I worked at Herb's Florist from a couple of years. My cousin Gordon owned the place. My dad built the place, and it was a florist shop and it was a greenhouse. So my first job was as a sifter. I would have to shovel horse shit through a big screen and sift it out. And it comes out nice and soft and everything, and then we'd fill the pansy boxes with this stuff. And actually, I made the pansy boxes too.
How do you make a pansy box?
Well, you got
Call 'em a
you got
queer?
about 5 different slabs.
It's like, get my gloves.
That's right. That's
my-
what.
Oh,
That's
it. We're
one
prize
way.
fighting tonight, baby.
That's one way to make a pansy box. The way I used to do it is I used to put these little slats together, hammer it in, and then you'd fill it up with sifted cow shit. Plant some pansies in there, sell it for $1.50.
So your first job, you were a shit sifter.
No, he was
sifter.
a pansy man.
We didn't call
pansy.
it. We didn't call it
What'd you
shit
call
sifter.
it?
We just called it a sifter.
So you were a shit sifter for pansy boxes
You got it. You got it.
at
Job
11 years
number
old.
one.
And
11 years
when
old.
kids said, like, what are you doing on the weekends? You just go, I'm working in a greenhouse. Yet, did you say something else to make it sound cool?
When they said, what are you doing on the weekend? I'd say nothing, and I just wouldn't show up. I got fired about 9 times from there. But it was my cousin. So my mother would always go down and say, Gordon, can you take him back? And my cousin Gordon would take me back. And I would work again for a few more weeks, screw up, and he'd fire me again.
How do you screw up at 11 making pansy boxes?
A lot of things. You know how you...
Such as?
Well, you're in there making pansy boxes or something, and then one of your buddies goes by, so you just leave and go fishing or frog catching or something like that. And you come back 5 hours later, and Gordon's yelling at me because he needed 100 pansy boxes. There's a million things that can go wrong.
So you're
it's
really...
not as simple as you think.
What was the
making
name of the
pansy
place
boxes.
again?
Herb's Florist.
How come I haven't even heard? I've heard Gordon. I've heard everybody. Who the hell was Herb?
Herb was Gordon's father, and they named it after Herb.
Your dad built it. Everybody's a part
My
of this. but Herb.
my dad built it with a bunch of drunk uncles and neighbors and
Okay.
stuff like that. And then
Did
Herb, he named it in honor of his daddy, Herb.
So your grandfather, Herb.
No,
No.
Herb was my uncle.
Herb was your uncle.
And his father was Gordon. Wait, I'm so
Herb
confused.
was Gordon was Herb's son,
Gordon owned it and named it after Herb.
named after his dad.
Herb.
Herb.
All right. And how did your father and your uncles, did the whole family work at
Well,
Herb's
my
Flo-
dad and my neighbors and my uncle Herb, they all worked over there. And the thing is, my dad was the only real carpenter, so they all just figured they could drink as much as they want on the job, so that's what they did. I always wondered about that place too because it was a little creaky. I mean, it was not the florist part of it was nice, but the greenhouse kind of swayed in the wind a little bit.
Is it still there?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a greenhouse anymore. They turned it into some type of a pharmacy or something over
But
the
Herb's
years.
is still there?
No, Herb passed away just a few years ago.
really?
Herb's gone.
So Herb outlived your
He
dad.
would be like 90-something. Oh, yeah. Herb was in the Navy, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Herb was in the Navy.
Did they give him a 21
Oh.
gun salute?
21 gun salute for Herb.
I think he only got 18. One guy showed up and didn't show up. And
One
that
guy
was it.
showed up and just blasted
One guy
everyone.
showed up and shot it 18 times.
Pop, 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 pop. That's all I got.
One guy showed up with an Uzi and just kind of pulled the trigger a little bit.
He was a Navy guy. They just threw life preservers to everybody. That was a horrible joke.
Exactly.
What was the drink of choice for your alcoholic family?
They all drank Ballantine ale in those
Ooh,
days.
with the puzzle on the cap?
Did it have a puzzle on a cap?
According
I
to the
can't
Beastie
remember.
Boys.
Really?
Valentine's quartz with the puzzle on the cap. Couldn't help but notice I was caught in a speed trap.
I can't. You're like an idiot savant with that shit.
He is.
An idiot,
Or
sure.
something. Anyway, I was the guy who had to run in the house and get the Ballantines, so I'd bring them out to these guys. You had to take a couple quick sips.
No, you got to hold the mic close to your face because he's
How
super
close
loud.
do you have to hold it? Man, you got to hold it.
You hold it right up. Make
Okay.
love to it.
How's
over
this?
there.
Is
Hey,
this
Put
okay?
your mouth on it.
Okay, that's good.
Did you drink the Valentine's and you're
Little
good?
couple sips every time I brought one out. Get a little buzz on. Go back there. Little
And
10-year-old buzz.
How
Shit
come you
some
never?
sip.
Huh?
I mean, sift some shit. and
Sip some
then-
shit. Take a few hits.
Frog
of
catch.
Valentine
Frog
beer,
catch was my
Catch
favorite.
some frogs. Oh, I used to. That was probably the thing that we did most when we were 8, 9, 10 years old. Go around catching frogs.
What's the proper way to catch a frog?
You reach in and you grab them from behind. You reach in real quick and you grab him like that, so the head sticks out there, and you got his legs, so he can't squirm off on you.
And
And
did you
what-
ever get warts? Do you think it's true that if they piss on you, you get warts?
I've had so many frogs piss on me, but I did get warts one time, so it might be true.
Where did it piss on your hands?
Yeah.
And
I
was
had
the
a
wart on your hand?
They always
I had a
piss on
wart
your hand.
on this hand right here until I picked it off in the first grade one time. But people always say, "What did a frog piss on your hand?" But I heard it was toads, not frogs.
Ah.
Now, when you're out frog catching, can you tell the difference between a toad and a frog?
Yeah, toads don't swim. Toads don't swim.
I didn't know that.
I
Did
didn't
you know that?
No, I did not. I
Toads
just
are
learned.
just like guys in the woods jumping around.
Well, there may be some place in the world there's a couple toads that swim, but where I'm from, the frogs swim and the toads just hopped around.
so
And toads were
I
generally
didn't know
brown,
that.
and frogs were more of a greenish color.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what I thought the difference
Yeah.
was. I didn't know they didn't swim though.
Well, there's more difference in color. It's more complicated than you think. But
Who is there like a caste system? Is one considered more fancy than the other? Does one get better seats in the bus, or
you mean the frogs?
yeah, like one's brown, one's green? Who's like up on the ladder?
Well, the greens are the frogs. The browns are the toads.
I know, but like the frogs look down at toads, or vice versa.
Probably because they can swim. A toad's got to hop away. I mean, if you're a toad,
Browns don't swim.
That's right. They still don't.
all across the animal planet.
That's it. It's amazing.
I don't think it's cool.
Frogs are out there backstroking, giving toads the finger. Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's cool that Ryan just called them Browns.
Did I say that?
You
Sound like Jay Mohr.
you were an ice cream salesman?
Ice cream. I worked for Circus Man Ice Cream for someone down at Cape Cod.
Now, was this a shop or was this a mobile unit?
It's a mobile unit. It was a truck.
He was a mobile unit.
You said mobile unit like you were in SEAL Team 6. Like you made the weirdest face to mine. Like, oh no, this was a mobile unit. This is very hush hush. Did you see the face he
It
gave you?
almost
Like,
was
oh no.
SEAL Team 6. Really.